Why you need to build your real estate power team. Stay tuned to this week's episode of Prime Property. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Property TV. So glad you could join us here. It's June and holy, I cannot believe the Raptors are in the finals right now. When this episode airs, we should know the result of Game 3 and fingers crossed we'll be up 2-1. Oh, and here's some fun rumor facts from the real estate department. Apparently, Kawhi Leonard just bought a house in Toronto. Dun, dun, dun. So he may be staying. We'll see. Now, on today's episode, there's a great famous entrepreneur who quoted this. There's no such thing as a self-made man. You will reach your goals only with the help of others. And that entrepreneur is Zhen. Now, I truly believe that because nobody achieves success, whether you deem success to be up to you, without a group of people either directly or indirectly helping you, whether it's mentors, people for spiritual support, business relationships. Success is an accumulation of work and effort from more than just one person, despite what is portrayed on Instagram or like Facebook, okay? So the same concept applies when you're a real estate investor and even regular buy and sell of your homes. You need a group of people around you that will support you because it's definitely not an easy journey. I would say 97% of the people think you're crazy if you're ever investing in real estate, and I'll tell you, don't lose your money in the market. We've all been there. If we own properties, we know it one way or the other. Now, emotional and mental support is one aspect, but there is a strategic group of people that you need around you and you connected with in order to be successful as well. This group of people is what I call the power team. And these people should be consist of following: an investment realtor, a portfolio planning mortgage broker, a real estate lawyer, a real estate specific tax accountant, a responsive property management, and a reliable contractor. Now, depending on what your strategies say, I would say maybe accountant, property management, and contractor are somewhat optional, but you definitely need the first three in order to have a successful team. Now, in my real estate journey, I've come across really good professional contacts I've personally used, and if you're a client of mine, very likely you're already working with them, or I've already shared with you their contacts. Now, if you're not a client of mine, if you ask nicely, I may share it with you. Now, before I break down the importance of each profession listed above, there's two pieces of advice that I really wish I knew when I got started in real estate investing. Number one, if the respective professional you're working with isn't full-time at what they do, then you'll never be a priority for them. And as a result, you're never gonna get the quality of service or quick response that you'll need. So that's why you don't want those people on your power team. Number two, build relationship equity with your power team. When I find a deal, who do you think I call first? It's definitely the people I have a good relationship with, rather than that random stranger that met me and just gave me their business card that one time. So now that you know the advice I have in mind, and without further ado, let me break down each profession for you and why each of these professionals play such an important role in determining your success. Number one, investment realtor. This one's fairly obvious, right? If you're working with me, I'll be finding you stellar investment opportunities and deals to help you build your portfolio. A good investment realtor should also understand the general processes of all the other professions because they're kind of like the quarterback of the entire process, especially if you're trying to create a multi-property portfolio. Plus, also a good investment realtor should really be your go-to person for everything else because they ultimately you should have picked someone who also invests as well and have on part of your power team. Hello, what's up? Number two, portfolio planning mortgage broker. Many people overlook this profession, especially those who plan to own multiple properties. A good mortgage broker will know which bank to send you to get your first one, not just your first one, because they're looking to get your next one, because different banks will look at your debt service ratios differently, which will affect how many future properties you could buy. So that's why it's very important to have a good mortgage broker who understands this process. When you want to own multiple properties, shopping around for that 0.1% interest rate on your mortgage is actually contradictory to your ultimate goal because you want to actually line up your portfolio on how to get more properties, not to save that 0.1% of interest. That's why you need a good mortgage broker. Number three, real estate lawyer. You really need a real estate lawyer to transact and help you with the joint venture agreement in the future. And also you want one who's available for you to sometimes be a soundboard of. Maybe you can give them a call quickly and they'll answer you without billing you. Now, I can promise you most lawyers that I know will bill you for all their hours. But if you put enough relationship equity and you have a business relationship with that lawyer, then it could go far and you may get that free advice, if you will. Number four, real estate specific tax accountant. As your portfolio grows and grows, you're very likely to pay more taxes and more. So speak to a tax specific accountant who specializes in real estate and they'll set you up for success so that you're set up in the most tax efficient way. Tax efficiency is key because a good tax accountant should save you money via tax efficiency, so do not cheap out. Number five, A responsive property management. A responsive property management company will save you from all the headaches you think you may get as a landlord. Plugging toilets, late night calls. These are people who will give you that peace of mind to enjoy your investments and the return you get on them without worrying about tenant problems. Once you find a good one in a responsive company, filling and managing tenants will become a breeze. And number 6, a reliable contractor. If you ever need to go through renovations, and trust me, if you have already gone through renovations, you'll understand how difficult it is to find a reliable contractor who shows up on time and completes your task on time. This is especially critical if you're carrying your investment property because you need to get it tenant ready, and before you get a tenant, you're carrying this thing yourself. So having a contractor who's on time and not delayed is worth every penny. Now, with all that said, and despite the knowledge that someone may have, you ultimately need to choose someone who you can work with. Growing this power team is certainly not an overnight task. Realistically, I would say this team will go through ebbs and flows, and you may have to get rid of some people and hire new people before you ultimately arrive at your winning team that you're comfortable with. But success starts now, and success starts here. So reach out to our team to start building your winning team today. Until next time, guys, happy real estate.